Good night of Shabbos, a good night of Shabbos. So we are this week in Parshas ווייס Kדושים. ווייס Kדושים. It's it's an interesting week. It's an interesting week. What happened this week is that the two sons, the zwei Kinder, Nuda Navi, the Kinder von Arna Cohen Gudel. Cohen Gudel is Chesed Elyon. He is the transformer, the transmitter that transmits the Chasudim from the Creator. He transforms this energy, this light, into massive Chasudim. Van Darten is he lights the Shivanaidas, de sieben Lech, was bringt an Lichtigkeit, de sieben Middes, bringt an Lichtigkeit in die ganze Welt, bringt an Lichtigkeit in alle consciousness, from all the way from top down. So, of course, this is after he's makar the karbanas. This is what he does. He basically processes all day. He's in constant process, and his process is that he's just super present, full body experience, fully present. The ganze koach, every either is given over to whatever needs to come through him. There are many people that are present, but what's coming through? Here we're talking about Chesed Elyon, highest level of Chasudim, top, and he's just transmitting that with absolute no negias, no dakas, the any machshavas, pigul, so many things that are happening over there as we, Behemaveld, is bringing the karbanas to the Kohen Gadol, and he does the work with that. And this was the feeding, once again, the Sa'odim, feeding the Meluchim. We feed them energetically, so they feed us back energetically, and through that they bring down the Shefa. And our job is, we are standing, Malchus Shakai, we're standing right by the door, by the border, we're standing right there transmitting this energy into matter, into physical. Now, there are a lot of things that are showing up physical, but once again, a type of thing that can actually snap, it can transform it, it has bechira, it can switch it out. It can take it from that koyach, that it comes in more, it gets in more to Gashmi, it becomes more Bakshama, and as it gets in more to Gashmi, we take it all the way, and the lower you are, the more in the front line you are. The bigger your struggle, the more of a hero you are, the more you are fighting. You are a frontline guy, you're sitting there fully in the mud and in confusion, and you are right there, and you are right there waiting to trigger that and turn into, connect to the Sharabar with the Levyasan, connect to Shechina, connect to the fire, connect to the Shechina, which is his galus, which is Malchus. Malchus, we spoke about it this week. We'll post it soon. There was a little thing going on for Nachman. So Malchus is, the way Reb Nachman explains it, Malchus is his galus of Creator, a revelation of the thing that is driving everything, the thing that's behind everything, and just seeing it, just flashing and being present, flash, like the brain takes a picture, snap, and it stays right there. A flash of Isgalus. What does Isgalus mean? Gilil, what does that mean? Leirinam talks about it. We're not talking here about this is real stuff. Nishkan, stuff that's out there. Yeah, of course it's out there, but it's pretty much, this is the instructions. It's Isgalus, Aluyanuvi, is that when you're having a moment of presence, you're going in from, imagine when you're fachulim, you're just spaced out. And then you catch yourself, you bring yourself back. When you bring yourself back, we are still spaced out to some level of presence, a lot of levels of presence. We're still spaced out. Now imagine waking up from that, snapping into that, more present. What does present mean? Bit layesh, I'm using my trigger to find the peace within me. Figure that out, meditate on it. It's like when you have a tightness of a muscle and you just let go, you release, you relax until the tightness is gone. Same idea. Same idea. You have a cramp and you're like, so loosen it up. Loosen it up. Take a few deep breaths. Loosen it up. Drink some water. Loosen it up. So Malchus is as galas abodes. So Nadav and Avihu, the chet was that they went in Eish Zara, but really what chet means is that they missed the mark, which means that they went all the way. They went all the way. And then it's called a chet, but at the same time, Bekrove HaKadosh, which says that they are Nadav Avihu and noch heiliger wie Moshe and Aaron. Bekrove HaKadosh, which means when something happens, it has a reverberance, it has a ripple effect. Something happens in your life, news, anything happens. You bought, you won, you made, you did, it has a ripple effect. You heard this guy, you heard that guy, you heard that. But then there is ripple, there is explosions, and there is connections, and there's effects so high up that we don't hear it. We can't hear it. It's like certain sounds that we can't hear because it's a different frequency. Certain sounds of animals that we can't hear because they're just on a much higher pitch that we can't hear. So too, there's levels of boiras, levels of isgalos that is beyond our paycheck, and we don't even know how to get there, and nobody dared go there. And those who did go there are holding it, and then it's not revealed, right? So Anna Cohen had madregas, the Rebbes that have madregas that we don't know. Amoifas are this, but what's the level of it? Nadav and Avihu, they went and they made that connection at the highest place, at a place where they completely, fully surrendered. They went in all the way down to the gut, to the core. And B'Krov HaKadosh is now we know. Now we know, and we see that after that, right away, the Eibishter tells Moshe that they should put protection around. The Leviim are protecting, and then the Kahanim are protecting areas, and if anybody walks past that area, it's on you. What does that mean? There's levels. We start going into Yidiyas Hashem and Dvekes and becoming present, and very easily, there is, let's just say not easily, let's just say that we're going with the tzaddikim. They showed us the way there's protection, which means that the tzaddik, the Baal Shem Tov, he created this such a thing as his chavraya, that they took care of each other. So we are protected by doing the work and knowing that the Rebbe has us all. Once you surrender to your tzaddik, your Rebbe, and then that creates that gvul, that creates that protection. Now, at the same time, though, is Rebbe Kiva nechas b'yatsa b'shalom, but Rebbe Azeh and the other one, no, they didn't nechas b'shalom. Why? Because Rebbe Kiva, so to speak, was grounded on their level, whatever that means. He was married, had family, and what that means is, what's the intention? What's the intention? The Reb Nachman talks about it. I think the Rebbe talks about it this week in the Sikha Dei Asor. I think I don't know which one it was. What's the intention by going into your work? What are you doing this for? What's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of doing the work? And once you have that, once you're grounded with the purpose, then it's for sure nechas b'yatsa b'shalom, because you have the ratzon, you have the shuv. You're going out there. What's my intention? I'm going out, and then once I tap into complete surrender, and I'm in this place of just oneness and presence, and then we come back, and it's hard to ground. right? Coming out of Yom Tov, it's hard to ground because I was just out. You just had an experience. You had a powerful experience, and now, but there has to be Yatsa B'Shalom also. Taking all that and bringing it into Welt with koyach, with confidence, with simcha, with certainty. No question, because wherever it's at, that's where it's at. Whatever your intention is, that's your center. That's your core. And whatever is your core is everything around you is going to be bittul hayesh. Everything around you is going to surrender to that center core, to that is galus of Malchus. Because there's other stuff around there, there's just lower vibrations, they're just holding on, and it's just a part of the bittul hayesh. That is, let's just say the Nechel Shalom, Yatsa B'Shalom, that is the Nadav and Aviyah, that's the Hanakohen. Those are the, as far as we're concerned, the Lamata Masarat Tvachim, we can say that this is the protection. This is the Levium, the Kahanim around the Beis Hamikdash and around the Kodesh Kodeshim to protect whoever comes in. No, you're Tameh, you're Yisrael, you can't walk here, you can't walk there. But down here, Lamata Masarat Tvachim is the squeeze, is the protection. That's how it shows up down here in physical, and that's where there is this galus of panim b'panim. Because when you have that moment of clarity, you're not just seeing it in a shtikl gemura. You're seeing this literally in your life, that you had a positive machshava and it just happens, and it's opening up, and there is alignment, and there is simcha, and there is shefa. I'm having a difficulty, I'm feeling a squeeze, I am going back to my intention. I don't get caught up in the squeeze, I'm going back to the intention. That happens once. If you have your intention, you have to set your intention. What am I doing this for? I'm doing this for to be a better person, to be more grounded, not to stop the suffering. I don't need to exist in a place of suffering. I can also exist in a place of alignment. My intention, my desire, who am I? So this is Kedoshim, Pashas Kedoshim, Shabbos Kedoshim, and Sahailik Tzach. So this is what's going on this week as you look around you and it's opening up. The gravity pull, the gravitational pull is Nafled Medetzat, Pashas Archi Kedoshim, and in consciousness that's the label for this week's light. That's the name for this week's consciousness, this week's light. And you have, as you have the Lavuna, the gravity pulls, and it pulls down into earth. So mitzit, and what's coming through, because remember, you're feeding the sa'orim, we get for the maluchim, I bring us through biz oven, biz and coin, we bring the mincha for and coin, and then the coin takes that and sends it back down into the zib midas, and we're pulling in now the kedoshim, from Nudav and Aviv, which came back as Eliyahu Anuvi, and Eliyahu Anuvi is, he's going to be Mavasar the Ge'ilah. What that means is that drawing into you, into the bones, drawing it in, breathing into oneness, into presence, into just not being in pain and being in flow mode. So keep feeding the malachim, the sa'irim, which is keep sacrificing, counting the omer, looking at showing yourself more gratitude, more love, more compassion. It's all done with loving compassion. Kohen ish chesed. He was all about the chesadim. That's what we're dealing with. It's coming into the omer. It's coming into the geviras. It's the oirim are geviras, but at the same time, what we're bringing in is chesadim. And this is ishik zaziyah, where the Alter Rebbe goes into a whole thing about this. Why, let's phrase it the right way. Why, when there is good, it has to come with such roughness and so intense through Gevurah? So he explains that the vessel needs, in order for there to hold, there has to be Gevurah. You can't put plastic on the sun, you have to put a rock that doesn't melt. So if you want to receive that level of Chasudim, then you need to have a proper keli. Have an awesome Shabbos, and don't forget to be grateful. I think we're in Netzach. That's a chod that goes together already. Don't forget to be grateful. Use the koyach to just shoot out chasudim. Gratefulness, gratitude. Tap into that, trigger that, light up those OCs, those letters. Whatever you're flashing, that's what's flashing back at you. Remember, you're just a screen, so you're putting out and then it comes back. So whatever your screen is going to be playing, let it play from a place of gratitude. Have an awesome Shabbos, lefting Shabbos.